Hello everybody, my name is Kyle JvR for Plant Info, and today I'm going to show you how to grow and plant vegetables and herbs in containers. As you can see here, I got my very own grow box that I built in my previous video, and yes, I'll be taking you through a few easy steps on how to plant this baby up. So with our first step, choosing containers, you want a container that's nice and deep for good root growth. So with our container, now we need to choose proper soil. What I've chosen here, Bark Unlimited outdoor potting soil. This is 100% organic, and this is the stuff you'll be needing for your container. Put this in there. There we go. Even it out nicely here. Then my next step is I'm going to add some superphosphate from Colterra. This helps stimulate the roots and helps establish newly planted plants and seedlings. So with this mixture, I have to add about 7 tablespoons for every square meter. So I'm going to go and do that at 150 millimeters deep. So I haven't filled my container to the brim yet, so that I can add my superphosphate. There you go. And what I'm going to do here, just even it all out. Just mixing it in the soil here. Now I'm going to plant up my container. I'm going to use a few leafy greens as well as herbs. The reason why I'm going for that is you don't necessarily want to use root vegetables, due to the fact that you only get a harvest once per year. So I'd just like to mention that I'm doing a bit of companion planting. I've got some tomatoes and some basil. They go well together and improve growing conditions for each other. Then I got some parsley. Parsley helps with the pests and also goes great with your pizza toppings. Yeah, I got some marigolds, tagetes, and tagetes helps with the pests as well, and also good for decoration. So I haven't filled my container to the brim, just to give it some planting room. I'm going to remove this tomato from the container. You just want to loosen up the roots a little bit so they can start growing. So I'm going to plant this tomato plant quite shallow due to the fact that I'm still going to add some more topsoil on top. Got another 2 smaller seedlings over here, well-established plants, also tomatoes. I'm going to put these 2 in the corner over here. One more. Next, for our basil. This baby is starting to look good. So what I'm doing here is I'm planting my bigger plants for structure in my container, and then I'll come with the smaller plants to add around it. So yeah, I'm using Swiss chard, bright lights, which is going to add some nice color to my grow box, and also a nice ingredient to go with pizza. Now that I've planted up my established plants and added soil to the top just to fill up my container a little bit, I'm going to add my seedlings, all my smaller plants. So yeah, I got parsley, which is a smaller plant, great for pizza. There we go. Check how nicely those roots have established, eh? So for the next step, I got some oregano, which I'm going to use in front for my spiller. I've got some celery, which is great for pizza toppings, also very healthy. I've got some chilies, which I'm going to plant as well. And then I'm going to plant up with some marigolds, which help for your pests. So the oregano that I'm going to be using, as I was explaining earlier, it's a spiller. So I'm going to plant these around the edges, and these are going to be spilling all over my container, going down to the floor. Now that I'm finished planting, for my next step, I'm going to jump in here with some organic fertilizer from Talborn. It's called Vitagrow, and I'm going to be adding this on top of my soil. Then next, what I'm going to do is I'm going to water up my container. Remember, when watering your container, you need to try and not sprinkle water on the leaves to prevent mold and other disease from forming. And lastly, positioning. Sunlight is very important. You need as much sunlight, at least 6 to 8 hours, for your plants to grow. So I'm going to take this guy and I'm going to put it right next to the pizza oven. And I can't wait to invite all my favorite friends to build our own pizzas right from our own grow box. I've been Kyle JvR for Plant Info. Happy gardening and happy vegetable planting.